Now we had two big box red Monopolies, and there's another 3. Well, hello. Welcome back to the Tack Cave. For this video, we're going to go hunting for stuff. In this cupboard, there's a lot of stuff. Now, when we moved here, we had so much stuff. We still have so much stuff. You've seen in there. But we were just shoving things in spaces just to get it out of the way. I have not looked through what's in here since we moved in, months and months ago. But I think there's lots of vintage board games in here that I want to get out, have a look at, check through, and ideally I think they're going to go in my space in the Emporium. But there's also all sorts of random stuff down here I haven't got a clue about. I can see some bits in here. Some of these are our own games. They're not stock, that have got muddled up. There's a box that says Nerf there. Can only assume there's Nerf guns in it, but I'm not sure. So I thought we would get this stuff out and see what we can find. So that's the plan. Stick around if it sounds like fun. Right, so I think there will work. So welcome. This will be a bit of a journey of discovery. Apart from what I can actually see on the front here, I've got no idea really what's in here. So we'll find out together. I can see a ginormous Mickey Mouse. We'll get him out first. Huge Mickey Mouse. There's a box down here right in the way. Hold on. Move stuff. There we go. Huge Mickey Mouse. He is a Disney store. There's that. Might go down to the booth, don't know. It's a squishmallow, do they call these? Yeah. Sold a few squishmallows. There are collectors. Couldn't tell you what the snowman goes for, but good time of year. That'll probably head to eBay. Right, Board Game Central. Now. There's a viewer out there, hello, you know who you are, who's been waiting for me to sort this game out. I think since I picked it up. Probably about a year ago. I just need to go through and check how complete or not it is and let you know. Yeah, really nice thing. King Kong board game, never had it before. Let me show you this bit. It's interesting because these are the Twin Towers. In the original King Kong, he scaled the, not the Twin Towers, the other one. This one here, that its name slips my mind now, but look, he is stood astride the Twin Towers. That's spooky. I've actually been to the observation gallery up here. I was there in 1994. Anyway, so in this game, it's about scaling the towers. Somehow, never played it. Anyway, there it is. I will be in touch. Yeah, drop me a message actually. Let me know if you're still interested, and you are welcome to it. I'll let you know how complete it is. Oh, do you remember this as well? This was in the video. This is the Pan Am Airways Flying Fun Kit. Keep your kids entertained during the flight. Probably 80s, maybe? Right, I can't stop and talk about everything. We will be here forever. So, vintage, I'm going to sneeze. I have dust allergies. So doing what I do is problematic sometimes because dusty old stock in a cupboard is going to set me off. Disney Fantasyland puzzle. That's pretty cool. Vintage Spears Frog Race. That is very cool. A lot of these may end up in the booth, not sure. They just need, I don't know, checking first, right? For condition. It's a classic. They're super common though, MB Connect 4. On first glance, looks like all of the pieces are there. Yeah, super common game, not worth much. This one is very battered. Probably go in my booth. Because a Lego, still with its Lego in, looks unused. Chain reactions. Triv Junior and Triv Genus. Probably they're worth very little. Bundle them up maybe. Pair them up and sell them on eBay perhaps. Pass the Bomb Party Edition. Fun game. Doesn't hold much value though, sadly. This is one of my favourite games to play. Upwards, it's great fun. If you're into word games, Scrabble, that sort of thing, Upwards is a great kind of spin on that kind of game. Downfall. Here's an interesting one. Gibson's Wembley. I'm not sure I've ever sold that. I think that's the first one of those I've had. MB crossword. Right, look at the stack. I'm not sure you can see. There's a huge stack in the back here. Oh yeah. Really nice vintage chessboard. I did pick up a set of chess pieces. Let me grab them, I'll show you. I picked up these, so maybe I will pair these up with this board. These are quite big ones. Not sure. Anyway, might do those together. Have a very vintage looking Disney Lotto. Executive backgammon. What makes it executive? Because it's in like a briefcase? Does that make it executive backgammon? Number rummy cup. They're all number. Why am I saying number them? Rummy cup. Lovely vintage operation. I don't know if that's the first iteration of this that they had. Can't see a date. That's nice. So if you do see anything in this video, or any of our videos to be honest, that you're interested in, there will be links below our videos to our Instagram. That's the best way to contact us if you're interested in stuff. There's also an email address down there if you don't do Instagram. This is the, do they call these nostalgia editions? Nostalgia game series. They did a whole load of these. They did a Monopoly, Cluedo and others in wooden boxes. I think that's incomplete though. Totopoly. Fun school games version of Totopoly. Ah yes, this is the, was it Dutch maybe? Via Oppenreach. Interesting. There's a dusty bin. I don't think it's actually dusty bin from 321. Let me know in the comments if you're as old as me. It looks a bit kind of ghostly to me, but it's a furry bin. I know, right? Random as you get. That might go in the booth, who knows? Ah, now these, yeah, this all featured in a video when I picked it all up. Still got the Camberwick green, unused, I think it was unused, modelling set, yeah. Wow. Waddington's Air Charter. Now I'm looking for loads of, as many as I can, vintage, nice looking games like this to go in the booth. Quite how I'm going to display them. That would display so nicely face on. Not sure how I'm going to achieve that, but yeah, that'll probably go to the booth. Not sure. Motorway, never had that one. That's cool. So it's about making decisions, really, getting stuff moving. Lassie dolls. These are very similar to the little nation dolls that I've already got in the booth. Oh yeah, they've got creepy eyes that open. Interesting. Trans-Europa tactical track building game. MB Yahtzee. Tommy Rock and Roll. Anyone remember this? Little maze game with a ball bearing in it. The more popular one was Screwball Scramble. Similar kind of thing. Right, then we've got two 1980s mouse traps. Are these 80s? 1986. So two of the big box mouse traps. Yeah, I'll check them obviously, but I think those would go perfectly in the booth. You know, people can see the condition of the box. Look how repaired these boxes are. Look at that corner there. Yeah, and they're big and bulky to ship, so maybe in the booth for those, along with possibly Game of Life, one of the most annoying games to check the pieces. So much stuff in there. Okay, we have Scrabble, we have Big Box Downfall. Now I've currently got 2, 3, 4 of these lurking around. I could have a really nice display of vintage MB games in the booth. Speaking of which, another crossword. Don't know what this one is. Action words. Oh, the Magic Tooth Fairy. It's a Drummond Park. Oh, that has got one of my little labels on, which says checked complete. Yahtzee again. MB Go for Broke. I've sold this before. It doesn't go for much. It's a fun game to play though. Headbands. Right, here we go with the classics. These are not MB, these are Waddingtons. Big box Monopoly, 2 of. And 2 Cluedos to go with them. Perfect for the booth. Another Go for Broke. There's a tower next to you that's already nearly as tall as me. This is one of ours actually. This Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is really fun to play. It plays exactly as the show, but yeah, really good. You get the lifelines in it as well. It's just great fun. Vintage Spears Spellmaster. I remember this from when we were kids. These little pin boards. Oh wow, this looks barely used if at all. And the letters clip in here, but only the right letters will clip in depending on the arrangement of holes. Oh, I remember this like it was yesterday when I was a child. That's nice. Amazing condition. Looks like it was barely used, if at all. Right, and then we have a stack more Waddingtons. Grand Prix. That's a good looking game. Scoop. See, I love the artwork on these. If I can figure out how I can display them face on, it would look so cool. Now, we had two big box red Monopolies, and there's another 3. Yeah. Okay. Now this was a cool game. I remember looking this up when I got it in a big haul back in Norfolk, and it was sort of, was it £40–50 game, this Sorcerer's Cave. That's because it's so specialist, that would go on eBay, I think. Wiggly Worms, fun game, sold that many times. Waddington's Booby Trap. And Fortune Maker. Again, stunning. Someone's coming down. Hello? Oh, okay. Yeah, Fortune Maker, amazing artwork on that one. And this one as well. Look at that. Formula 1. From the 60s, I want to say. Can't see it dated. Right, so we've nearly cleared the top shelf. We then have a little electronic gadget. I think it's for remotely setting off a camera. Some furniture, like floor protector things. I think that's what they're for. Interesting. A boot for when you break your foot. Of course, Nick. Of course there's one of them in here. And the last 2 things. Funny Bunny. No idea. And a travel Scrabble. I've sold this many times. Is this the 90s version? I feel like it's 97, something like that. Hard case one. Don't think I've ever had it in its box. Normally you just find it with its just a case like this, right? Anyway, there's that. So this empty. Ooh. So let's carry on and see what's down here. I think a lot of this is our stuff. There's a empty mun bin box. Now, yes. I think we were wondering where these gift bags were recently. When we are gifted things in a bag, we tend to keep them and reuse them. Now I know where they are. Right, here is a stash of wallpaper. No, it's not. It's wrapping paper. There's our supply of wrapping paper. This will probably go up into the loft now, because I'd like to use this for stock, which is what most of it is in here, to be honest. But down here, right, now this is my stereo. This can come out and stay out because great big stereo in there, heavy. Ooh. I'm setting up hopefully a unit here to put my stereo on, put my vinyl on, get everything usable. There's my remote for the stereo. Right, that's now in the way. Hold on. Better. Oh, right, okay. Here is the CD rack I used to have in the shed with a selection. I used to have like a rotating selection of CDs that I'd be listening to whilst working in the shed. So it's got Haim, REM, Morrissey, Erasure, U2, Depeche Mode, Carter USM, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, Churches, Aha. Bit of a selection, because I didn't keep my whole collection in the shed. There's more here, more Morrissey, Depeche Mode. So that's cool. Right, that can go with stereo. Right, random cushion with bobbly bits. That'll probably go in the booth. Lampshade. Again, perfect for Andrea's booth, I would suggest. Some Vax Hoover fittings. That's just stock. I'm hemming myself in now. I'm not sure how I'm going to get out of here. Right, I do want to work out what is down here. Oh, now, these sell really well. These are for IKEA Kallax, the little cloth boxes. And this is, I think it's a Kath Kidston design. And they sell really well, because I don't know if they're discontinued. They might well be. So that will be stock. Okay. One of these little wooden wine rack things. Now this big box, you can't quite see. Hold on, what's this first? Poster tube. I'm not sure, I remember what's in here. These are probably ours. Oh no, these are stock. Yes, these are some film posters. Right, okay. Yeah, that's stock. Right. If I could display them, they might go well in the booth. Not sure. Right, so this crate, which says Nerf on it, is, yes, full of Nerf. Looks like there's a lot of magazines and smaller guns in there. So in the loft, there are 2 or 3 crates full of Nerf. There's a load next door in there. Between now and Christmas, ideally, I need to get all of that out and make up a few bundles. Do a few individual guns where they're worth the money and get that gone. That would be so much bulk shifted. So that needs to stay out, really. Ah! I just backed myself into that thing of CDs and knocked it over. All that remains is Moloko and Aha. Damn it. Some little draft excluders. Not sure what this is. Oh, it's a pair of shoes. These look like they've at some point got a little bit damp. Those need airing. Those over there. Right, there's not much more in here. This is nice. It's a little like sewing box. I think this will go in the booth. Oh, it's got some other stock in it as well. A little perfume bottle and other bits and bobs. Okay. We've got some blankets. Now we took one of these to the last flea market and it went, I think we took one to the flea market before and it might have sold there as well. These go well. Might go in Andrea's booth actually. This is still tagged and that looks like a William Morris print to me. Strawberry Thief perhaps. That's really nice. Still tagged, so probably unused. This is not stock. This is Andrea's majorette hat from when she was a performing majorette. And she can't part with that, so that follows us around. But really that just needs to go up in the loft. And then there's a life preserver in there. Of course there is. And then what is left of the stock of wired Christmas ribbon. Yeah, there must be, what, another 20, 25 of those. I think that's everything we've got left. If you're interested, if you're into that sort of thing, or you have an outlet where you can sell them, drop me a message. Happily get rid of it cheap. I've really boxed myself in now. Right, so some blankets, all this. Now, we have a few vintage or antique suitcases, and Andrea's been asking me about these because she wants to use them. Why can't I get... I'm pulling on that doesn't open it. Not sure. They're meant to be in there, maybe. Yeah, she wants to do a display with cases and use them, you know, to hold things and display things in the booth. There you go. So that is about it. Just some blankets and a few of these coat racks that we haven't found a use for yet. Might sell those on. Wow. Let me grab you. So if you take a look from this side now, the table looks like that. I've filled up this escape route and this one. So I'm just gonna chill out in the cupboard for a while, I think. Anyway, yes. Now I've got to work out what I'm going to do. I think stuff that's ours that we're keeping and can go in the loft will go straight up into the loft. I'll then work through a load of stuff that can go straight to the booth, check it, price it, put it in the car, and just start systematically going through this stuff now. Some of it will go back in the cupboard and wait to get sorted, I'm sure, but it's just little steps. Right, okay. Well, I'm happy I found all of these classic board games because I want a lot of those in the booth, so that's a good start. Yeah, and this suitcase is useful for Andrea. There's more of those in the loft. Need to go and dig those out as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it all the way to the end, could you put majorette hat in the comments for me, just to let me know you got here. And if you would like to carry on watching me, I'll put a video in the cupboard up there. See it? I'll see you in that one in a sec. Ta-ra.